All right, guys, today I'm going to be talking about one of the most important life skills that you need to have. And I'm talking about making friends, meeting new people. It's really important to have the skill to meet other new people because each time you meet somebody, that person can give you an opportunity, let's say, to make a lot more money, or an opportunity to join some type of club or organization, or to advance yourself in some other way. And you can only really do that through networks and connections. It's a really big essential business skill. So in order to be successful, you need to network and you need to connect. And it's just easier because if someone figured out how to do something else, then you can get advice from them, et cetera, et cetera. It's a really important skill. And I'm going to tell you today why it's good for you, why it's bad if you don't do it. And I'm going to give you like a couple cheat codes and a couple easy ways to do it. So let's get started. All right, guys. So step one, the first rule of meeting someone is that first impressions are everything. And believe it or not, a smile goes a long way. So I want you guys to practice just instantly kind of smiling to people. You don't have to be like, you know what I mean? Like me, totally beaming, but you want to just be comfortable giving like a, little smirk or something like that. Because the idea is if you can meet someone and you have a first impression of them where you put this warm and happy image of yourself inside of their mind, that like goes a really, really long way. And that person's going to want to see you more and more again and be like, oh wow, this person's amazing, this person's like fucking cool, like I want to get to know more, spend more time with them. So just smile, it goes a long way, and try to do the best you can to put like a happy, cheerful image of yourself in that person's mind, because I guarantee you later that person's going to be thinking about you and wondering more and more about you and wondering where they're going to see you again. The other really important, I guess, second rule, second step is to always be the first one to make the first move. Now, if they make the first move, that's fine. But the thing is, in like 80 to 90% of situations, nobody's going to make the first move. It's going to kind of be the situation where the other person's like, oh, should I say something? And then you're like, oh, should I say something? When that happens, just make the first move and you can literally say anything. And the thing is, it's really important to make the first move too. And it's such a good thing because when you do that, other people respect that and they see that you have confidence. It establishes confidence within yourself. And in that person's mind, it's establishing an image of you where that person's like, oh shit, they have confidence. If they can talk to me, then they must be pretty good with other things, And then, pair that with like the cheerful image you're putting into their mind. That's a killer, right? Now, two super big key things when you're making new friends and meeting new people are relatability and making people talk about themselves. I'll talk about that in a little more and show you what I mean. But first off, I'm going to tell you about a cheat code when you're meeting someone. Now, this cheat code is where you essentially see anyone anywhere at a cafe, gym, wherever, and walk up to them and you can literally compliment them on anything. Like if they have a nice red hat or something, be like, hey man, like I love your red hat. I have one just like it or something like that. They'll instantly be more welcome to talking to you and instantly be like, oh, okay, this person's interesting. They're on my side, right? Because a lot of people like to think sides with certain things. It's all bullshit. Just compliment them and then immediately follow that up with what's your name? And then they'll tell you their name and then be like, hey, I'm Isaiah. And then try to relate to them a little more, saying like, I like those type of hats, or I like this type of video game or anything else. And you can literally just talk about anything from there. But it's also really critical to ask them for their Snapchat and Instagram somewhere in that conversation. Because once you have that Snapchat, once you have that Instagram, you're basically set. You just made a new friend. You got their name, you got their Snapchat and Instagram. Look at you, you're balling out. All right, so remember how I said earlier, relatability and making someone talk about themselves is really key? This is like the secret to making someone really, really like you and to making like endless friends, like I'm telling you guys. So the key to getting someone to really, really like you is you want to relate as much as you can to someone, not in a way where it's like, oh yeah, I do that too, and just endless agreeing, but you're agreeing with them and you're giving their thoughts, and you want someone to talk about themselves because people love talking about themselves. People love talking about their ambitions, goals, what they like to do, what they don't like, anything about themselves. And if you're sitting there and you're, listening and you still remember the smile rule, you're still smiling, right? And just a smirk and like, yeah, and then giving your feedback and saying, oh yeah, I did that too, and you relate to that. Dude, people will love you and you'll make like 200 friends by like the end of the day. I promise you guys on this. Like, the secret really is just relatability, making someone talk about themselves. So what does that mean? That means, you don't really talk about yourself. But yes, all in all, relatability is really key. And relatability is really the secret ingredient that establishes those deep conversations that you have with other people. Because once you start relating, once you find common ground, it does this thing where just like, it shifts into like a deeper topic and then a deeper conversation, and then you connect with that person on like a certain level. It's really a special thing. Go ahead and try it. That's really the secret to meeting other new people and having deep friendships as well. So go ahead and just understand that you need to know these skills, and you need to understand how to approach people, how to talk to them, how to establish confidence within yourself and establish a good image in their mind, right? Because it's so important, because let's say you have these skills and someone's over there, you meet them, they give you $1 million opportunity or some way to advance yourself, or maybe they have some type of business idea, and then you go into it and then you're making a lot of money. And either way, you need it for like business anyway. If you're going to sell a product, if you're going to introduce yourself to other people, if you just want to establish a good connection and a good image towards other people, that has endless benefits, because people will respect you and people will see like, oh wow, this man or woman is a, you know, whatever, and they're the person, they're really doing it. And it's just good. So just from a business perspective and from a friendship perspective, and you'll be happier. So just take my word of advice. All right, guys. So remember, always smile, make the first move, and then make them talk about themselves. Ask questions that make them talk about themselves. And don't talk about yourself and then tell them, you know, just relatability is key, and tell them how you relate to them. And guys, you're basically set to make like as many friends as you want and to like be really happy and, you know, hang out and do whatever you want, right? At the end of the day, I always say it's important to focus on yourself and grow yourself, but this is a really important skill. You need to know how to make new friends, all right? So that's all I have for today. So be safe. Love you guys. I'll see you later.